Only 4 on the shot clock. Taylor has to fire from deep. And rebounded by Robert Horry, who just checked back in. Robert Horry, originally a first-round draft pick of the Rockets back in 1992. Played 4 years with Houston. Duncan.
So when a team comes down and scores 2 possessions against your zone, most coaches may go 1 more shot, but that's about it. They score it next time, it's out of the zone.
San Antonio with a 7-point advantage. Taylor being played by Horry. And that shot clock rolling down again.
You can see the Spurs again. They've really locked their defense down. That's what is such the calling card of this team. As Parker pulls back and shoots another 3, but the defense now swarming, and they've now pushed it once again, Mark, to a 7-point lead.
Now Bowen picks up Mobley. Mobley battling his way through and tips it home. He thought he was fouled.
Throughout the years, and he's got his team playing great. Garnett and Cassell will be there, and Flip, I think it's great because he's been a terrific coach there in Minnesota.
Spurs up by 10 points. It has been a rough outing for the backcourt combination of Francis and Mobley. They combined for only 6 of 20. A deep hook shot by, and what a beauty by Yao Ming.
Catch it and then attempt to finish it off. A lot of players can't see the ball there. They lose the ball in that traffic. They fumble it and drop it.
Now Duncan hit his first 2 shots at the line. Only 58% on the season. So he is 3 for 3. Now San Antonio as a team is at the bottom at 66%. We had our staff check, as you see, Tim Duncan with that. With the stance, which is working now. It's 4 for 4. Our staff checked the worst free throw shooting team of all time. You have to go back to the 46-47 season, the Chicago Stags, as Taylor's able to follow. Taylor. The Blazers and the Hawks have completed a 5-player deal. This has not been officially confirmed. Sharif Abdur-Rahim, Theo Ratliff, Dan Dickau go to the Blazers. Rasheed Wallace, and there's been so much speculation about Rasheed making a move. Rasheed Wallace and Wesley Person go to the Hawks. This according to the website of the Trailblazers.
What I read into it is Atlanta has 3 players under contract that have big numbers on their contract with still 1 more year remaining after this. They're going to get rid of those contracts ahead of time if they can, not wait until next year, so they can empty it out, strip down, and kind of start over again with that program. That's the way I look at it. And then Wallace, they got to make a decision on whether they want to keep him or not.
Yeah, and if they don't, then obviously you take his $17 million off the cap, and you see a lot of teams doing that. We've seen Phoenix do it this year. We saw Denver, do it through the years. And what happens now is Denver's sort of the blueprint, Mike, as we see Maurice Taylor shoot. They've had such great success turning it around. Everybody's looking for cap space, but one thing to have cap space, it's another thing to be able to sign talented players. Just ask the Chicago Bulls. They've struggled for 6 years now trying to do it.
Amen, because I was just going to say, the only thing about it, when you strip down, sometimes you don't come back. It takes a long time sometimes to get back there.
And a called a jump ball. Yao Ming and Robert Horry tie it up. Spurs with a 60-52 lead. 29 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter here in Houston. Charlie Ward has checked back in for Tony Parker. Tony leads with 7 points and 7 assists. The high point man for San Antonio, Tim Duncan, has 20. Yao Ming leading Houston with 17. It's been an off night for Steve Francis, just 3 of 11. 12 points. Coutinho Mobley only 3 of 9. Rockets at 38%. They've turned it over 15 times, leading to 21 San Antonio points.
Well, Marv, they've taken 49 field goal attempts. Speaking of the Rockets, 15 of those have been threes. So 33% of their shots are combined at 3-point line, and they're only 2 for 15. So San Antonio is giving them nothing easy. It's 28 to 16 points in the paint, and I don't think they feel like that Houston shoots it well enough to consistently beat them out there.
And Ginobili able to control the tip.
I hate to tell you this, but Atlanta wound up beating Dallas tonight. Raheem had 27 points and 10 rebounds in that game.
Oh, boy. I tell you, Atlanta beats all the good teams, don't they? Well, they've beaten the Spurs, Dallas, they've beaten all the good teams.
Here's Horry from downtown. Robert Horry with his second three, and the Spurs now lead 6
shots. That backboard softens it up.
And the question is, why do we not see more players trying to use the glass from the angle?
I do not know, but I know that once I used to get on that angle, I used to love it because you pick up a spot, you lost it up there, and I just felt like you had a better margin for error.
Here's Turkoglu. Spurs with a 67-56 lead as they look to make it 5 straight wins, 6 of their last 7. They have won 4 straight on the road. Took the first 3 on this 7-game road trip. And another Houston turnover.
Can't pass into somebody's ankles. It's tough to catch it that way.
Rockets a very poor passing ball club.
But Jeff Van Gundy's got to be very disappointed tonight. The team is just you know, Mike, you said it today. This team has played in fits and spurts. They'll win 3, lose 3. Win 4, lose 3. They haven't been able to sustain it. And again, Yao Ming working so hard in the post. And then the screen roll, the pass off the dribble, one hand right into the ankle. And you know, that leads once again to Spurs running out in the other direction.
Foul on Francis, his second. Here comes Clarence Weatherspoon for Yao Ming, who sits down with 19 points.
You know, to me, it's going to be interesting watching this Houston team now that Jeff Van Gundy's here. The pieces, you know, they're going to have to get a better fit. You know, Mike, just watching them tonight, and see Horry load up the shot again. The pieces to me just don't fit. It'll be interesting to see if they try to change this team at all.
And as you know, sometimes you have to wait until the offseason before you wind up making a Steve Francis pulls up and hits that jumper. Before you wind up making the next move or taking the next step, you see how far you can take this group. Right. Obviously, the goal here, let's get to the playoffs, see what we can do from there. Then you sit down, you know, with your front office people and you say, okay, what do we want to do next to improve us?
Right off the steal, here's Francis with Ward back. So it's a 7-point San Antonio lead, and Greg Popovich wants to talk it over. Roger, who moves on to the National League, where as Taylor backs it home, where he may from time to time face some close pitches. Spurs with a 67-62 lead. 4 minutes gone by. In the fourth, a 10-2 run by the Rockets. Horry is open. Yes, Robert Horry.
Well, they got Mr. Big on Sex and the City. He's Mr. Big Shot. This guy makes big shots.
Well, he's hit 4 of 7 tonight. He has 10 points. Taylor with Weatherspoon and Jackson. It counts and the foul
tonight, and it's a 4-point game.
Hawker. Duncan once again being played by Weatherspoon. And they clear it out. Duncan going right at Weatherspoon. Yes, and the foul.
They had eye contact on that play. They were looking for the first quick back door there. Duncan brought Parker to him, and he went back door, and when it wasn't there, he cleared the area out and then backed him down. I think Jeff Van Gundy would like to see Mobley get there a little sooner and force Duncan to pick that ball up and pass it out of there.
Well, if Mobley's going to commit like that and commit the foul, you got to go in there then and stick your nose in, so to say. Go after the basketball rather than just slap him on the arm.
And that's the first free throw missed by Duncan. It had hit his previous 6. That last foul was on Mobley reaching in as Duncan was backing his way on Weatherspoon. Mobley sets the pick for Francis. Here's Mobley wide open for good.
Miscommunication there. That was a 1-2 pick and roll. And Ginobili jumped out, and Mobley just flashed down to the corner. You got to talk there to Parker and Ginobili on defense.
So the Rockets are within 3. Ginobili with a wild shot. Manu Ginobili going 1-on-3 and banking it home.
He has incredible footwork. Once he picks up the dribble, he can step in one direction with the first leg and then a completely opposite direction with the second step and get around defenders.
Mobley again gunning from downtown, and last touch by the Rockets.
Watch Ginobili how he works his way and weaves his way through the defensive players. Splits the double team, step, and then that time takes the contact, concentration, protects the ball, and finishes.
San Antonio up by 5 as we approach 6 minutes remaining on the fourth. Duncan is fouled by Taylor.
A well-executed play that time by the Spurs.
Greg Popovich believes that you put the ball in this guy's hands in the fourth quarter almost every time down the floor, and you play off of Tim Duncan.
And you have to be confident shooting free throws, Marv, because you got to be aggressive knowing they might foul you, that you want to get to the free throw line. That's a big part of it, is feeling confident enough to get fouled and then getting there in that fourth period.
That was actually the worst looking free throw of the night for Tim Duncan.
Well, he's missed 3 now in the fourth period after making all of his free throws before then.
So the Rockets back in possession, trailing by 5. Here's Yao Ming. Yes, good catch on the pass from Francis. San Antonio by 3.
They do all that outside handoff stuff, pick and roll stuff on the opposite side of the floor, and then at the right time, Yao Ming ducks in the lane hard, catches the defender on his back, and that's when they're trying to get him as they reverse the ball.
There's Ori for 3.
Are you kidding me?
What a terrific play by Ori. It was a bad pass. He had to reach for it, and then caught for the shot and was able to drill it.
Well, the Rockets fans have seen a lot of that during the championships.
Robert Ori, 3 of 3 from downtown here tonight against his former team. And Ori with the block from behind.
Marv, but he couldn't figure out how San Antonio could have 12 second chance points. And there we see tonight the matchup between the two big men. Duncan with 24, Yao with 21. And good job by Jeff Van Gundy of giving Yao rest in small spurts, understanding the fatigue factor. But I was saying, as Yao gets the inbounds pass, though, Mark can't figure out how you can have 12 points and 5 offensive rebounds. 2.5 points per offensive rebound. He's stuck on that.
I thought I had it all figured out. And it will be Houston ball. They have reset the clock, a full 24. Francis and Mobley at the guards with Weatherspoon and Jackson. Yao Ming up front. Here's Jackson with the step. Yes! Jackson cuts it to a 4-point San Antonio lead.
This Rocket team is so interesting. They can look so disjointed on offense and then all of a sudden get a nice little run. And right now they're moving the ball inside, outside, passing, doing a nice job, not turning it over.
Shot clock to 5. Ginobili. Back comes Francis. Ginobili landed on his hip. He's shaken up. Here's Mobley with the step. It's a 2-point game.
Two players we see catch and put it right on the floor. Ginobili at the one end doesn't finish. Mobley at the other end does finish.
I'd like to see Mobley do more of that. Sometimes I think he lives behind that 3-point line too much.
Coming up on 4 minutes to go in the fourth. Weatherspoon defending on Duncan. This time not able to hit off glass. Jackson with the save, but it landed in the hands of Ori, and they have a new shot clock.
You could see Houston decided that as soon as Duncan faced in that position, they ran the second at him immediately, not on the dribble.
And look who they have playing at Weatherspoon.
There's Parker with the teardrop, and Yao Ming on the rebound. I think Parker was surprised he was able to penetrate that deep. Spurs 76, Rockets 74, 3.5 remaining in the fourth, and a good finish developing here in Houston. Francis. The game is tied at 76.
This can't be. I mean, the Rockets were out of the game. They have come roaring back here. Listen to the energy in this crowd right now, Mike.
People up on their feet now because the team has given them something that they can get up and cheer about.
San Antonio is led by as many as 13. Duncan is fouled.
All right, now this is what we've talked about. Duncan's missed all 3 free throws here in the fourth period. Your team is reeling right now. The Rockets are in a nice offensive rhythm. You get to the foul line, You're the MVP. Now you need to step up and knock those down. He made his first 6. He's missed his last 3, all here in this 4th period.
Foul was called on Mobley.
Every time we show his feet, he makes the free throws. We haven't shown his feet for a while.
There you go. Well, for extra coverage of NBA All-Star Weekend 2004, tune into NBA TV all weekend long. We will have the telecast of the All-Star game next.
The other night, they have a 35-point 4th quarter and win. Tonight, we're seeing shades of that once again.
51 points at the end of 3 quarters, and then go for 35 in the 4th.
How do you figure that?
Houston in possession. They're down by 2. 2:15 remaining in the 4th. Shot clock to 6. Francis to the crossover. Francis fires back out. Here's Jackson with 1 on the 24. Rebounded by Francis. Gets it to Yao. The game is tied at 78.
Oh, great hustle by Steve Francis. Did not quit on the play. And one of the reasons why the Rockets are in the game, they're plus 13 rebounding, 41-28.
11 assists for Francis.
First team to 80 wins. Used to be 100, now it's 80.
Shot clock down to 6. Ginobili. Rejected. But Duncan is right there. Yao Ming on the block. Tim Duncan with the follow. Spurs 80, Rockets 78.
You got Weatherspoon on the floor in crunch time right now for Houston. This guy played in 1 game out of his first 16 when he first showed up here, and now 5 straight games, major contributor for Houston.
Shot clock to 7. Francis. Duncan with the rebound. A minute 15 left in the 4th. San Antonio trying to hold on to the win. They've led by as many as 13. They've won 4 in a row, 5 of their last 6 games. Shot clock to 5. Here's Ginobili.
Oh my goodness, he is so fearless. You got to get up on that left hand, make him go right. He is so quick to that left side.
78 lead with 58.2 to go in the 4th quarter. Ginobili switching off to Francis. Here's Yao Ming from deep. Yao cuts it to a 2-point game.
How about that confidence now? You pin down for your 7'6" center to pop out and shoot a jump shot.
That's knowing your players.
82-80 San Antonio. 35 seconds remaining. Ginobili once again as he gets the driving hook over the 7'6" Yao Ming. To give Rockets over the limit. Here's Jackson. Weatherspoon with the bucket and the foul, and he'll head to the line.
More ways to get threes than just getting behind the 3-point line. That's why you make sure your team gets a high percentage shot, because you never know, and that's exactly what they're getting out of this thing now. A chance for a 3-point play. It doesn't come the conventional way. It comes with an offensive rebound, foul on the rebound, and a conversion.
Foul on Horry. Weatherspoon on the season, a 92% free throw shooter since coming over to Houston, and this is only his 9th game, just 5 of 6 at the line.
All right, Mike, let's say that Weatherspoon scores this, okay? You've got or let's say he misses this with a 3.7-second differential, and if you're down 1 here in this situation, do you have to take the foul not having any timeouts, or could you have enough time to play it out?
Well, remember, they have no timeouts. If they got to stop, they can't advance it, so I think you've got to go up and after them.
All right, Ginobili gets it across midcourt. Bad pass, but deflected into the hands of Horry.
I thought they tried to foul him at half court. It wasn't called, and they used up that much more time off the clock. But either way, there's still plenty of time now for Houston to come back and get a good.
15 seconds to go, and Padgett's a good 3-point shooter. He might get the kick out.
All right, now with the rebound. It's a 3-point game. We're down to 10 seconds. Francis looking for a 3, stepping back. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, can't find a 3 now, fighting, and it's all over. Steve Francis circled the court looking for a three to tie.
Well, Jeff Van Gundy could not be happy with that. With 15 seconds to go, you could still drive that ball in there and get a score. We've talked about San Antonio being a 66% free throw shooting team, and he used so much energy here trying to get the shot, Mike. I think by the time he got there, he was so tired he didn't have his legs to even be able to get the shot up.
There's no strength there for him to get it to the rim once he finally got there. I mean, he dribbled, Doug, almost, what, 12, 13 seconds away?
15-5 on the clock when he got the ball.
Well, Tim Duncan led the way for San Antonio, his second straight 28-point performance.